Hey, Pocket Watchers. Welcome to Real Accounting Reacts. I'm accountant Jason Thornton. I am a financial advisor. I'm licensed in both tax and financial planning. And what I do, I react to different business and finance related videos online to help you think like an accountant. And today I will be reacting to a video about a PPP loan scam. So a little bit of background. A PPP loan is a part of the COVID relief bill. It is the Paycheck Protection Program. So this loan is for small businesses that need help to cover their payroll. Now, you can use some of these funds for other business related expenses, but a majority of the funds are supposed to go towards payroll. We're talking about people who have been displaced because of COVID. They weren't able to work. A lot of restaurants had to shut down. So as a benefit, as a part of the COVID relief bill, the PPP loan's supposed to come in and help people who weren't able to get a paycheck because of the COVID shutdowns. The loan basically comes out to be 2.5 months of whatever the payroll of the company was supposed to be. So let's say that a small business has a payroll of, let's say $5,000, right? So you get monthly, you pay out $5,000. What you would do is you would have to apply for the loan, and you wouldn't apply for the loan directly from the government. What you would do is you would apply for a loan through a middleman lender, and the lender would ultimately get the money paid back from the government. But they take a look at how much you do in payroll a month. They'll multiply that by 2.5, and that would be your loan amount. Then after you get the loan and you pay it where it's supposed to go to, you can go back to your lender and fill out the right application, and your loan would be forgiven. That's what the PPP loan was supposed to be used for. But because the government made it extremely easy for people to apply, which is a good thing because there's a lot of small businesses who aren't very savvy when it comes to filling out the forms and stuff like that. So they made it easy, but making it easy for small businesses also made it easy for scammers, people who think this is just free money, people who think that they can just get by and get a whole lot of money, spend it on whatever they want, and the government is not going to catch up with them. Well, this particular video is about a person who the government actually caught up with. And what she ended up doing was she took out $20,000 worth of PPP loans, and the government caught up with her. And to help her pay the money back, she started a GoFundMe page to help pay the government back. So let's take a look at this, and I'll do the best I can to help you think like an accountant.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You're a donkey.
Donkey of the day for Tuesday, April 20th, 420. Killer Mike's born day goes to Lakeisha Golden. Now, according to her GoFundMe, it says she's from Nashville, Tennessee. Who is Lakeisha Golden? Well, believe it or not, even though she's the one getting donkey of the day today, a lot of you have something in common with Lakeisha Golden. See, a lot of y'all going to prison for COVID-19 loan fraud cases. I don't want to hear it. You knew you was lying when you filled out the application, okay? As of April 15th, 2021, there's over $189 billion in questionable PPP loans, okay? I read an article on pogo.org that said when it comes to PPP fraud cases, law enforcement is just scratching the surface. Oh, they just getting started, okay? The Pogo article spoke on how the SBA's oversight of its taxpayer-backed lending programs proved inadequate, because they became a feeding ground for fraudsters. A bunch of hitman scams. Well, guess what, Uncle Scam? Uncle Sam wants you. And by wants you, I mean wants your ass in prison. Okay, the Justice Department has brought criminal charges against at least 209 individuals in 119 cases related to PPP fraud since banks and other lenders began processing loan applications on behalf of the SBA, okay, on April 3rd, 2020.
All right, so real quick, I want to talk about the process. So there were two major COVID relief programs for small businesses. One was the EIDL loan and grant, right? Then there was the PPP loan. Now, the PPP loan, as I talked about before, was a loan to help small businesses cover their payroll, and that loan is forgivable. The EIDL loan was two parts to it. You got a grant of up to $10,000. So that grant was, you don't have to pay that back. And then you also were offered a loan amount at a fixed rate at, I believe, 2.75 for small businesses over a 30-year term. And I believe the maximum originally was going to be around $500,000, but because they had so many people apply, I believe that first round of the EIDL loan was around $150,000 you could apply for it. Now that is a loan that's not forgivable, but it's on a term of a 30-year fixed rate loan. Now, the EIDL, you actually apply directly through the SBA, right? The Small Business Administration. You did that directly with the government. The reason why I bring that up is, opposed to the EIDL, the PPP loan, you actually did not go directly to the government to apply for that loan. You actually went through different lenders. So you can go to a bank, even things online like PayPal and Square and stuff like that. They were offering the PPP loan. And basically that's how they were actually making money. So that's one reason why it kind of made it easy, because these middlemen lending institutions, they would make money off the loan because they would charge certain fees, knowing that the government would actually forgive the loan if the loan was paid off and applied correctly. But because there's middlemen in this situation, you have people with the incentive of trying to get these loans approved almost no matter what, because they felt as if they were going to make their fee no matter what on processing the loan. Then the government was going to pay the loan off, so they were all good. And because of that, a lot of the documentation that was needed to actually apply for the loan could have been fraudulent. And the person, that middleman company, be it a consultant, be it some lending institution, they now have an incentive to kind of look the other way and not really make sure that the documents were perfect, because they didn't want to slow down the money train. They got a lot of money. They made a lot of money by processing these loans. So I want to make sure I have that element in there. When it comes to the PPP loans, these middleman institutions, these lending institutions, banks and whatnot, that were processing the loans for the government, they weren't doing it for free. They got paid off the deal. And because they were getting paid off the deal, and if there was a fraud case, all of the fraud would fall on the applicant, the person who was applying for the loan. They would still get the money no matter what. They're going to get their money. But the person who is applying, who could definitely be in a situation where they are lying on the documents, it's not a lot of incentive for that middleman to really make sure that everything is right. And they'll let it go because they're going to get paid regardless.
According to pogo.org, this is just the beginning. Let me tell you something. I have never claimed to be the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. I have told you over and over that I am not the strongest Avenger, but I told you all last year, in the middle of this pandemic, when they started giving out these damn PPP loans, that a bunch of y'all was going to prison. LLC Twitter was born during the pandemic. Okay, all of y'all with your dumbass LLC names, you got your slave master's last name LLC, Jenkins LLC, and Johnson LLC, and Jackson LLC, naming LLCs after things going on in your life. Ain't got no job LLC, living with mom at 32 LLC, only smoke exotic LLC, I hate you niggas LLC. Well, that's mine. That's my LLC. I just established that in my brain for people I don't talk to after 5 p.m. And that's you. Okay, but listen, who told y'all the government was giving out free money? You Negroes believe in every BS conspiracy theory. Oh, 5G towers are causing COVID. Oh, the earth is really flat. But when it comes to the Paycheck Protection Program, lending out $755 billion to businesses as of April 11th, you thought it was all good? You thought that the government's cup just runneth over? And they were finally going to do right by the American people? No, it was a trap. Okay, was it a way to help legitimate small businesses? Yes, but they all also knew the poor and disenfranchised among us who were in dire need at the time would take advantage of these loans. That's why they didn't stop the alleged fraud, because they were playing the long game. Take the money, ball out. We gonna come get your ass later, okay, and throw you under the jail and get some free labor out your ass. Fraudulent PPP loans, making false statements to the SBA, carry a fine of up to $1 million and 30 years of federal imprisonment. And guess who doesn't feel sorry for you? Me. Okay, because you LLC Twitter niggas know. Okay, y'all know everything about everyone else's business, but don't know how to handle your own. And now, okay, eventually you will find yourself in a situation like Lakeisha Golden is in. First of all, let me tell you something. I respect Lakeisha Golden, and I'm gonna tell you why. She's honest. See, Lakeisha started a GoFundMe yesterday with the title, "Help Me Pay Back the PPP Loan." And the details of the loan, she said, and I'm gonna read it just the way she typed it. I got 20,000 PPP loan. Now the feds after me. PLZ. Help, I can't do jail. I got 3 kids. DAT need me. So far, she's raised $3,513. Who are you, Captain Saver, nigga? Okay, sometimes you must get out of the way of the lesson God is trying to teach a person. Lakeisha, you can't use the same excuse you used when you applied for the loan, okay? I need to see what your LLC name is. Can we look that up? Can we look up what Lakeisha Golden's LLC name is? I'm thinking it's something like Living Life Golden LLC, Golden Girl LLC, Gold in my watch, gold in my chain LLC. Or was it all golden, everything LLC? I hate when I can smell niggatry. I like to sit on my niggatry subtle, okay? Anyway, you can't use the same excuse you used when you applied for the loan. I guarantee when you convinced yourself to commit this crime, you said you have to do what you got to do. You got 3 kids, DAT needs you. Now that you're facing jail time, you can't go to jail because you got 3 kids, DAT needs you. Now she's got 91 donors. I saw her post an update yesterday. She said, keep the donations coming. Y'all, my kids need me out here. FR. If you don't speak fluent, nigga, that means for real, for real. What I don't understand is the people donating money and scolding her at the same time, okay? 3 hours ago, someone donated $5 and said, dumbass, how you blow through 20K? Some anonymous person donated $1,000. I need you to know, Anonymous, that God is not pleased with that. You getting in the way of what God is trying to teach Lakeisha Golden. Lakeisha, this isn't your first poor choice in life, okay? And God is tired. He's been sending all your prayer requests to his spam folder because you just don't listen, all right? Somebody named Claus CL donated $1,000. Claus? Why? Claus, if your first name isn't Santa, I don't see the need for the gift. Katie Sweeney donated $600. She donated $100 once and another $500 later. Katie, I know you might be trying to create some good karma for yourself, but this isn't the way. Whatever happens to Lakeisha Golden, she earned it. Okay, what she didn't earn was that $20,000, but she earned that time she's going to get. Yes, I don't want to see her away from her kids, but guess what? She shouldn't want to see herself away from her kids. Therefore, she needs to make better choices. I love everybody donating just to get jokes off, but you're donating too much. $5 is too much, okay? Donate $1 to get these jokes off. Somebody donated $5 and put, tell me you're a broke-ass B without telling me you're a broke-ass B. Somebody put prison jumpsuit designer for $5. Somebody else put, have fun in jail, girl, bye, not buy, B-U-B-Y-E, B-U-Y. And then they donated $5. I don't know, man. You know, let me not knock this woman's hustle. If y'all want to give this woman $20,000 to pay her PPP loans off, that's on you. But when do people learn from their mistakes if they never have to deal with the consequences of said mistake? How will Lakeisha Golden ever know true responsibility if she can just finesse the system for $20,000 when she's broke and then finesse people with a sob story to pay that money back? No. Listen, message for all you future convicts who are going to jail for PPP fraud. I hope the double wide trailer you bought in the country was worth it. Okay, don't be surprised if they take that back if you can't pay the loan back. Okay, I hope the trip to Miami was worth it. Finger Licking is a good ass restaurant, isn't it? You stayed at Fontainebleau. You enjoyed the cookies. Okay, great. Those memories will get you through those long, lonely nights in that cell. I don't feel sorry for you. I know real, legitimate small businesses who had to go under because they couldn't get no money from these PPP loans. So I have no remorse for your finessing ass. Okay, the word of the day is accountability. All right, you either make yourself accountable or you will be made accountable by your circumstances. Please let Remy Ma give Lakeisha Golden the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
And you better not be over there on your phone donating her. Envy.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what can we learn for this? All right. First and foremost, there is no such thing as free money. All money has some sort of cost to it, right? If you knew you did not have a business, then you had no eligibility to try to get the PPP loan. And to think that you were going to get a loan for the government and you can spend the money on whatever you want, regardless of what the eligibility said, and you weren't going to get caught is absolutely insane. I mean, we live in a society where the money that we use is very easily trackable. I mean, these companies that got these loans, it was a direct deposit into a bank account. Most people are going to be using money, especially during COVID. When you're buying things, you're going to be using debit card or maybe a check. You're not spending that much money in cash. It's not going to be very hard for the government to find out where and how you spent this money. Then, when you applied for the loan and you signed the documents, you agreed to certain conditions. And a part of those conditions were that the government can come back and double check and make sure that the information that you self-certified, so you check marked or you agreed that the information that you were providing was true and authentic, and you self-certified that information. Well, the government also said we have the ability to come back and check and make sure the information that you self-certified was actually accurate. Like you can't allow your greed to get you so hyped up that you think that you can get away with anything. Like it doesn't matter. I'm not going to think about tomorrow and the consequences of tomorrow. I'm just going to focus on this money that I can get today, which is absolutely insane. For those people out there who got the EIDL loan, the thing that I was talking about before, the grant, that $1,000 per employee up to $10,000. If you got that loan or that grant and you think that the government's not going to double back and make sure that one, you actually had a legitimate business that was eligible for it, you think that you could just spend that money, have that money, and it doesn't matter, you are insane. Eventually, the government's going to double back and make sure that the people who they gave money to was one, actually eligible for that money, and two, they actually used the money for the purpose of what the loan was for. So that's part one. Part two, I want to take a look, and they actually have people call into the show. They call into the show, and we can actually hear other people confessing. People who call into the show and they are confessing to the fact that they got caught up in this stuff too. So let me turn down the volume because that was extremely loud. And let's hear what some of the people have to say.
Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy, we are the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hi. We're just here talking to all you little scammers this morning.
Now, Charlamagne, you want to break it down? You asked the question better than I do. Go ahead.
Well, I gave Donkey today to Lakeisha Golden this morning. Good morning, Lakeisha. May the force be with you. And it just got us to thinking, have you or somebody committed PPP fraud? You know what I mean? You want to get that off your chest. You want to beg God or the government for forgiveness. You scared and want to vent? Call us right now. I heard the lines are blowing up with people ready to vent and make confessions.
Hello, who's this?
It's Quick.
What's
All
up,
right,
Quick?
We'll take the name Quick. What you did, Quick?
I took that loan from.
How much you got, Quick?
I got like 23, but I took that same money that the paper was worth a little bit more and got some gold, but
Got some what?
You got some gold.
got some gold, came back and sold that shit.
Oh, you bought some gold. Now, gold was a good thing to buy last year. So how much did you make?
I made enough to get their money back now.
So you paid them back already?
Not yet, when they asked for it.
All right, you sit there when they ask for it. By the time they ask for it, it's going to be too damn late. Better pay them people their money back.
Listen, just because you pay the money back, that doesn't mean that you did not commit a crime. Don't get it confused. I mean, think of it like this. If I rob a bank, right? I go into the bank, ski masked up, everything. I rob a bank. I take out $100,000, rob the bank, boom, gone. Then I invest that money, flip it a couple of times. Now I got $300,000. Just because I go back to the bank and give them the $100,000 back, that doesn't mean I did not commit a crime. It doesn't mean that I will not be arrested. Just giving the money back isn't enough. Giving the money back is a start. Giving the money back, hopefully, if you get a good enough attorney, means that you will have some sort of leniency on the sentencing or the charges that you may get. Maybe they'll work out some deal if you're able to pay the money back. But simply paying the money back doesn't mean that you get off, right? You committed fraud. You knowingly committed fraud. And even if you pay all the money back, you are still guilty of a crime. Just so let's put that out there.
Now, did you do an SBA or PPP?
PPP.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, pay that goddamn money back.
Pay that money back. All right, so the PPP is supposed to be used for your business and your job. The SBA, you got a little more leniency, but the PPP is supposed to be.
It was in my best business interest to go and get some gold and flip it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, what's the name of your LLC?
Nope.
I don't even know. Somebody made it for me.
You said what?
He don't even know. Somebody made it for him. He doesn't know.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you quick flip. Have a good day, quick flip.
Hello, who's this?
Kayla.
Kayla, good morning.
Good morning.
Now we're asking 800-585-1051. Did you, with the money?
I didn't do it. I backed out.
Like, she already sounds like she lying.
No, honestly, I just had a baby a couple of years ago. So I'm not even gonna lie, I was like head first in it. And then I backed out at the last minute. I was like, nah, you can cancel my loan. Because where I'm from, they had just discovered the list. And I was like, nah, I'm too embarrassed to have my name on the list.
Oh, so people already was getting locked up from where you was from.
Yeah, they've been doing around there where I'm at for a while. They just caught somebody doing, I think she did like 4 $20,000 loans.
Damn.
4 of them. She did 4 of them.
Any friends of yours?
Oh no, I know people who did it, but they ain't get caught yet.
Well, I want to tell you thank you for making a smart choice. That little child in the backseat of your car thanks you, because mommy will be here for them, because she will not be in jail.
Look, I still kind of want to do it. Shit, I'm out here struggling.
No.
But let's be clear. The word is loan. The key word is loan. So you do have to pay it back.
In some cases, you got to pay it back, but a lot of cases, you might not have to pay it back, though.
You don't have to pay it back if you can prove the money went to your employees.
That's right.
If the money went to your employees.
You have to apply for forgiveness.
You got to pay it back. Like, not only that, they think, oh, you're going to pay it back and you're not going to go to jail. I'm like, nah, you're committing wire fraud. And defrauded the federal government. Y'all going to jail.
Give me your cash app. Say your cash app right now. I'm going to send you a little something. A little something now.
I will tell it to you privately because I don't want them to know.
Oh, you don't want, but you didn't do nothing.
I know.
You don't even know who it is.
My real name.
Oh,
Yeah,
got you. Okay. We put you on hold. Get her cash app, baby. Send you a little something for doing the right thing.
Oh, that's nice.
She said she's struggling.
585-1051. We're asking, have you, took a PPP loan and did some craziness?
Have you or somebody you know committed PPP fraud? I mean, this can weigh heavy on you. You committed a crime. You know you're going to jail. You know it's only a matter of time.
That's true.
Before they come. You know exactly how drug dealers feel. It's only a matter of time.
Percentage-wise, how many people get away with it?
Nobody. It's only been haven't even been a year yet.
Check. They definitely check. They check
It's only a matter
insurance.
of
They check to
time.
see where it goes. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Lauren.
Lauren, good morning.
Good morning.
Now,
Yeah, so
go ahead.
PPP last summer was a hot mess. They all went to jail. All of them.
Are you in that number?
No. I moved into my house, and I had somebody that lived in my house maybe like 5 years ago. And they're like, yo, I got some mail to your house. Can you let me know if it comes through? Not for my door subject.
Really?
Crazy.
And what happened? How much of it did you keep?
None of it. I sent it back to the post office. I'm not getting caught up with the IRS.
All right, I'm just making sure. You a smart
Don't you get
woman.
caught up.
What you
I
say?
said you a smart woman. You want to tell on anybody? You want to?
Nah.
She ain't no snitch. Now. Come on.
All right.
Thank you, Mama. Hello, who's this? Hello. Hey, what's your name, bro?
How you doing, Z? My man, I'm nervous as hell. My name's Sean, though.
Sounds like you did a PPP loan and bought something stupid.
Sound
No, I
nervous.
ain't get it. I want it, but like we talking about a truck. You see, well, I can't find out how to do it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it. You're gonna go to jail.
So you wanted to do it, but you couldn't figure out how.
All right, let's be clear. The PPP loan or the EIDL loan, these are not loans for you to start a business, right? You don't take this money and say, okay, I'm going to start a business with this money. This money is for existing businesses that existed before COVID happened. So this is for a business that already existed and they needed the money to cover payroll, to help cover payroll because their business was affected by COVID. It's not for you to take money and say, okay, now I'm going to start a business with this money. If you applied for the loan and you lied on the loan application, that is fraud. No matter how you try to twist it, it is fraud.
You know, everybody around me get the loans every night that's buying dumb shit.
Everybody around you going to jail.
True enough. But everybody out here getting like these, you know.
It doesn't matter. see, that's that FOMO. That's that fear of missing out. Just because everybody around you is getting this money and you don't see them immediately go to jail doesn't mean everything's okay, right? It's going to take time for the government to catch up to these people. And you're not really missing out on anything. What you're missing out on is a felony. That's what you're missing out on. You're missing out on catching a felony.
Loans and GoFundMe. I'm trying to be, a good daddy, good husband.
Just relax.
My company started.
You're going to be fine, sir.
I appreciate it.
Just do it the right way.
That's right. Keep doing things the right way. I know it's hard, man. I know sometimes when you just look around and you see everybody scamming and finessing and getting on, you got to just look at it the same way you used to look at the drug dealers in the hood growing up. Yeah, what they was doing looked sexy, but where all of them at now?
That is true.
Jail or dead?
Well, then you have Jay-Z, who's a billionaire.
That ain't, well, once
And a blue
one
moon.
out of a billion.
Right.
Okay?
Is it ever for you?
But I would say that you definitely have to do the fine print. And I think a lot of you guys that are doing this, making these fake corporations and charging people for the PPP loan, you're probably going to go to jail too.
Yeah.
So here's some things that you can't do. You get a PPP loan. You cannot say, you know what, I'm going to go buy and flip a crib. You cannot do that.
Right.
No. I've heard a couple of rappers say, yeah, no, you cannot do that.
Niggas love flipping
What if you
everything
pay?
for
What if
birds.
you pay it back though? What if you pay it back?
They said you're only supposed to use this loan for your business and your employees.
Yeah, what people don't understand is you're lying. That's what's going to get you jammed up. The fact that you're lying
Yes.
about what it is you need to get the SBA or get the PPP. You're lying. It's a lie.
But let me ask you this. Okay, I just hypothetically
He's
speaking.
going to jail.
Well, I didn't do it, but just say hypothetically speaking, you did get this loan, you did invest it, flip it, and pay it back. Then what?
You still
You still go to jail?
it's still
If they find out you lied to get the money in the
Yeah.
first place,
Yes, if you
Absolutely.
money. So, for instance, what people can do is
you profited. Not only did you lie, which is bad enough, but you profited off the lie, right? You made a profit off the lie. So that's even that feels even worse, right? I mean, you took the money on false pretenses, you flipped it, and you paid the money back. It's still going to be considered a crime. So just to wrap this up, if you are or someone you know is in a situation where they know that they applied for the PPP, for the EIDL, whatever, if you know you lied or you were convinced, someone convinced you to basically commit fraud, and now you're sweating bullets because you're afraid that the FBI or the IRS is going to kick in your door any day now, don't sit on your hands. Be proactive. What I would suggest for you to do, I'm not an attorney, I'm a financial advisor. But what I would suggest, if a client came to me and they said, hey, I got this loan from the government and I lied on the forms, what I would probably do is immediately call a criminal defense attorney, someone who does deal in white collar crimes, and I would set up a free consultation so that they can sit down and talk to that attorney, and you'll have client attorney privilege. So whatever you tell the attorney during that appointment, it's going to be privileged. They're not going to run out and tell the government what you tell them in that private consultation, and you can at least get some sort of guidance on what you need to do, because there's a very good possibility that that attorney can represent you. You can just kind of turn yourself in and you can get the best plea deal possible. And if you still have the money or you flip the money and you have it, maybe you can use that as leverage to help mitigate whatever backlash you're going to get from the government. But as long as you're sitting on your hands waiting for the door to get kicked in, waiting to get caught, you're losing the opportunity to try to position yourself in the best way possible. So come on, people. If you filled out that loan application, you got money for the government that you know you were not supposed to get, do the right thing. It's probably best to turn yourself in. I would get a criminal defense attorney. I would talk to them and see what they can do and what's the best way possible that I can turn myself in, pay back the money, and maybe just get a slap on the wrist. But if you make the government actually have to work to get you, to work to catch you, is going to be worse. So thank you, Pocket Watchers. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm over 4,000 subscribers so far. It's been amazing. Want to give another shout out to my brother Tijuana Jackson with the hookup with the new microphone. I'm still trying to work the new mic, get everything down, but trust me, I am going to get this whole sound and audio thing together. I appreciate you guys pocket watching with me. If you have an idea of a video you'd like to see me react to, put it down there in the comments. See you next time. Thanks.